Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadow, aka the Frozen Shadow Collector, and welcome to a different kind of video on my channel. So I just have this in front of me so I could have something in front of me, but we are going to be going over something unique, something a little different. It has to do with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie. If you guys didn't see it in the third act of the movie, it kind of has a lot of references to Sonic Heroes. So that got me thinking, and I thought, why not put a little Disney spin on it or Disney princess spin on it and try something out. So if you guys are excited for that type of content, be sure to that thumbs up, be sure to that sub button down below. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright, here we go. So if you guys don't know what Sonic Heroes is, it's basically a game that came out in 2003, came out across all platforms at the time. So Xbox, PlayStation, GameCube, Windows, all that jazz. And honestly, it was a pretty fun game. It was repetitive considering that every single team had the same levels pretty much except Team Chaotix, which had basically a scavenger hunt essentially. But how it was is like it came in different typings. So Sonic was speed, Knuckles was strength, and Tails was flight. So I decided to take that type of ideal and make it my own. It was not one to one essentially because I did take some away from Spyro a little, not really, but it's the same type of deal. Like there's different typings and all that. And in Sonic Heroes there were 4 different teams. Right now I've only come up with 2. So depending how well this video does, I might do the other 2, and hopefully I can get someone to do customized fan art for this because I think it would be really cool to see. But without wasting any more time, let's just see what we got here. So first things first, we got Ariel, we got live action Jasmine, or Naomi Scott Jasmine as I like to refer to her, and we got Disney designer Merida. So the reason I chose this Merida is really because I don't have the original Merida doll from like 10 years ago, so I just went with the Disney designer one. But that's no here nor there. Let's just go with what I have an idea for. So, as I said before, Sonic Heroes is based on typing, so speed, flight, and strength. More or less, I did stick with that theme. So, for Ariel, I decided to keep it as speed. You could do like speed slash swim, or however you look at it. And pretty much her ability would be to move fast within water, and she can summon water from any terrain with her singing voice, and she can manipulate it in any way she wants. That idea kind of came from Wreck-It Ralph 2, really, because when they say Wreck-It Ralph, all the Disney princesses, she uses her voice and water just kind of comes out of a spring and spirals into some type of whirlpool, essentially. So I kind of ripped it off that a little bit, but instead of having to have like a flat out source of water like in front of you, she could like take it from grass or have it surface from underground, like that type of deal. So I thought that would be something cool to do for Ariel. So essentially, she's not very like restricted to being in water. She can move outside of water if she wanted to. It just require a lot of singing. And when I first did this, I also added the personalities for them. So for Ariel, would be lighthearted, adventurous, and curious. I think another addition to that would be geeky or bookworm. I think that would work well for Ariel. I mean, that's essentially how she is within her own anime movie. So I think that would work. Oh, by the way, this is all on my Instagram. So if you want to see more things like this, I post this on my Instagram. So if you want to follow me right here, you can. But for Naomi Scott Jasmine, I did base her ability off of the live action one because personally, I like the live action version of Jasmine better than the actual cartoon. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of the cartoon. It's just, I think Jasmine's personality in the live action is better. That's just my personal opinion. And I kind of combined her with flight and strength, so it's kind of like 2 in 1 with her. Because in the movies, well, at least towards the end of the live action movie, she does become very confident in herself. So for my idea, she has the ability to command armies at will with her empowering voice, and that essentially becomes a thing towards the end when she inspires one of her soldiers towards the end and convinces that soldier to change from Jafar's side to her side. So that's pretty much where that came from, and flies around on magic carpet. I just basically took a lot of his magic carpet and gave it to Jasmine. I mean, in Wreck-It Ralph 2, she does have the magic carpet, so I figured it would be no big deal with that. So that's pretty much where the flight pattern comes from, and the strength is really coming from the commanding of armies, because the armies would be basically full of resolve, so they won't back down and they can just charge into battle without hesitation. So that's pretty much where the strength portion comes from. And then personality, again, it's kind of based on the movie. So intelligent, confident, fearless, and inspirational. Again, all aspects from her character in the movie as to what I put in here for. And then for Merida, since flight and strength kind of were used, and Merida's not really much of a fighter, I decided to just make a hunter, which could just be another separate typing, and that's pretty much where the spiral portion came from. Because, like, poison, wind, dark, and shadow. Pretty much where that came from. So, yeah, for Merida, it's a hunter, so ability to track down prey from miles away, because she pretty much grew up as a hunter, and that's all she pretty much wanted to do, is be a hunter. So, of course, she would have, like, extraordinary hunter abilities than a normal person can. And then I gave her the ability to craft her own arsenal, so she can craft other weapons if she so chose to. But she prefers the bow and arrow, so that's like her main thing. But she's not limited to a bow and arrow if she ever decide to change her weaponry. And of course, the personality is based on the movie, so arrogant, childish, adventurous. That's essentially captures Merida and a whole in the movie. So yeah, that's pretty much my idea for this team in particular. I think it would work well together. Honestly, I would love to do like a fan made manga or a fan made story of some sort for this idea. Personally, you guys can let me know what you think down below. But yeah, I don't really have a name for this team yet. I'm sure once I actually get into the fan made artwork, I'll come up with a team name. But if you want to give suggestions down below, by all means. For now, let's just go into the next one. So the next one, same idea. I just use this as a reference for Instagram, so they know what the hell I'm talking about. But for this team, I did Elsa, Mulan, and Kita. So Elsa, since I have her in a mermaid costume, I decided to give her multiple abilities. I mean, I'm kind of biased with Elsa because she's like one of my favorite Disney princesses next to Ariel. So that's kind of why I kind of made her a little bit OP. But essentially, I made her speed slash ice again, kind of mix mashing between Sonic Heroes and Legend of Spiral. So for her, I gave her the ability to change in between her mermaid form and her human form whenever she wanted. And for her mermaid form, she can move at credible speeds within water like Ariel. Only difference with Elsa is that she can't summon water outside of actual bodies of water or anything or manipulate it in any way. So for her, I decided to do like she can harden her mermaid tail into like ice type of texture and then like be hard enough and whack people with it with tremendous force. So I thought that'd be quite interesting for Elsa to just be able to like tail whip people with an ice tail. And then for human form, she'd be able to unleash ice out of her hands with tremendous force. Basically, what she could do in the movie, just without the unlimited craftsmanship of whatever she wants to build. So it's really just raw ice power, basically. And then also gave her the ability to summon Nook, the water horse, whenever she wanted. So I figured that'd be okay because Nook and Elsa pretty much buddies at the end of Frozen 2. So I thought that'd be a nice little thing to add to Elsa right there. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you think of my ideas. For Mulan, I made her power. It's essentially just another word for strength. The reason I did that is because I wanted to do this right here. So Heart of a Warrior and the Strength of a Raging Fire. So if you guys don't know the songs from the original Mulan, there's a song called Make a Man Out of You, and I don't think this is the actual line of it, but I just want it to be like the strength of a raging fire. So yeah, that's pretty much where that came from. And she's able to break her enemies from the inside out with her destructive martial arts because like she is like a master of martial arts in the movie, and like she pretty much tears down anyone on the path. So to me, that makes sense for her, and I think it makes sense to make her like the strength slash power typing for the team, and then also gave her a unique ability to summon Mushu tied to a rocket and to be able to launch at the enemy with. If you guys don't remember, but when Mushu comes out of nowhere with a rocket tied to his back with wings, it just launches himself at the enemy. So I decided to just keep that in there because I thought it'd be funny. And then, of course, we got Kita right here. So, Kita, I kind of made her the flight slash psychic typing because the psychic kind of comes from her being possessed by the heart of Atlantis, I think is how I want to phrase this. Because it's kind of like its own being, but at the same time, it's like energy. So that's pretty much where the psychic comes from, and basically she can use her crystal magic to fly around on, I'm just gonna call it guardian fish because I don't remember what those are called. But you know, in the movie Atlantis, where they're flying around on those fish structured type vehicles, that's pretty much what I'm getting at with that. And then she's able to shoot concentrated energy out of her staff. I don't have the staff in here, but it's a staff that comes with this limited edition dolls, and I figured it'd be pretty interesting to have her be able to shoot like concentrated crystal energy out of it, like a sorcerer of some sort. So yeah, I don't have a team name for this, but you guys let me know your thoughts down below. I think this is an interesting idea. I would love to get fan made artwork for all these teams when I have all four ready to go. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Did you enjoy this type of content, or is this something that you would not want to see again? Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.